Hey guys, welcome to Rising Vibrations. I'm Inga. This reading will be for Leo. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of September 2019. Overall energy for Leo. We are starting off with the Five of Swords. This is someone who feels left behind, as people have moved on or something has changed. They don't like this change. This change makes them feel forgotten. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Five of Pentacles now. It's the same thing I just said. We're not going to expand on the energy. And we have the Ace of Wands. So there's a possibility for growth in all this. Even if you're feeling a bit down, or you're feeling a little bit lost, or forgotten, or even left behind. It's almost like, so what? It gives you a chance to stand on your own 2 feet. Not to say that you haven't been standing on your own 2 feet, but with this Ace of Wands, this is a type of personal resilience. Being proud of yourself. Being proud of the ability to be alone and still feel okay. Something like that in all this. This overall energy. So this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Overall energy. Now we have the Queen of Wands. You see how that's going. This is resilience. This is showing resilience here. Being able to bounce back, bouncing back. Look at that Knight of Swords now. This is bouncing back. This is fighting your way through something successfully, by the way. And the Knight of Cups. People coming back trying to apologize, but the Leo feels like they got to do it on their own, or they're going to do it on their own, or they're going to handle things on their own because they can't trust or believe or rely on other people. And they are convinced about this. So it's like they're gonna start to live life on their own terms, is what we're trying to say. Living life on your own terms, it will be good for you. Leo, in the month of September, I'm not sure if this will be a long-term thing or if this is something that you will just exercise in the month of September. Overall energy, we have the Five of Cups, so we have the Five of Swords, we have the Five of Pentacles, now we have the Five of Cups. Could be also realizing that, it's all about you. It's all about the decisions that you make for yourself and not relying on other people. Might see some benefit come to you for this revelation. There's a lot of power in that. Yeah. Deciding to live life on your own terms for yourself. Not waiting on other people. Not looking out for other people's decisions. And letting that determine what you're going to do for yourself in your life. So let's take this. This is for Leo, for love, for the month of September 2019. This one kind of flipped and fell back down, so I do want to take it. We have Major Arcana, the Magician. This is for love. Major Arcana, the Magician. We have another Major Arcana, the Chariot. And we have the Knight of Wands. This is someone who is pretending to go after what they want, but they're not going after what they want, even in relationships. They're pretending so they can be imagining in their own mind or prepping themselves or getting ready or psychologically trying to pump themselves up, or what do they call they're pumping themselves up, psyching themselves out. They can also be psyching themselves out of going after what they want. Feeling a little bit like with this Knight of Wands draping towards these two masters, big dogs, the Major Arcana of the Chariot and Major Arcana of the Magician, feeling like someone's a little bit out of their league, but wishing that they felt different or wishing that they were on the same level as someone that they see around them that they can be interested in. Now, it feels like it's more fantasy than reality. Like, they look at somebody in a relationship and they think, I'm better than that person, or I could be like that person, or I have the same positive attributes as that person, don't I? I hear this question, don't I? So they're flirting with this, but they don't really, really, really believe it in their heart of hearts that they are on the same level, you know. But they're trying to believe it, I guess you could say. They see a lot of positive things in themselves, but they still doubt themselves. They still doubt their abilities. But I'm not sure that they should be, because they have a lot of power. They have a lot of potential. There's a lot of potential here. But at some point you have to act, and you have to actually do something to start proving who you are and proving your capabilities with the Major Arcana of the Magician and also the Chariot. You have to put up or you have to shut up, not to be rude. If you exercise and you train like you're training for a marathon and you say, oh, one day I'm going to run this marathon, but you never do it, it does, what are you doing? Then stop pretending and thinking that because you're building up a habit, but you're building up a habit of failure. If you don't actually do anything what you say you're going to do. We have Major Arcana of the Magician again. You can't even make this up. On top of the Magician. It's time for you to do something, Yeah, normally we have the King of Pentacles now on top of the Major Arcana of the Chariot, and then we have the Two of Wands on top of the Knight of Wands. So this is something a little bit about someone who makes plans, but they actually gotta do it or not. Just keep a fantasy in your mind, or are you gonna start to do it? And normally can be two groups. Maybe this is someone who planned everything out, but now they're starting to do something and they see this positivity coming. Now this was supposed to be for love, this part. So it can be that they start to pursue something in their love life, or someone is starting to pursue them. The Leo, someone is pursuing the Leo. And overall, it looks really positive for me. I'm not going to say more than that. It looks good. It's time for a change. It's time for a new paradigm. It's time to try out something new. New people, new types of people, new types of situations. Look at that Wheel of Fortune. It's the Wheel of Fortune for Leo. That's a wonderful energy there. But it's time for you to do something different than what you've been doing overall, especially in your love life. The energy is very supportive of this, and it's coming towards the Leo to shake things up. It looks very positive. It looks like very positive people coming in for Leo. So for money for Leo, for the month of September 2019, the money for Leo. money for Leo. We have Major Arcana, the Hangman. We have the Five of Wands. And we have the Seven of Wands. It's not really the time for that, I guess, right now. It can be a need to improve your skills, a need for you to deliver what you said you were going to deliver. I don't know what that's about. People waiting on you to give them what you promised you would do for them, or give them something like this. Let's see what else we have. We have Major Arcana, the Star, on top of the Hangman. The King of Swords on top of the Five of Pentacles. And the Hangman again. You can't even make this up. So this is interesting because we have this first part of the reading that you have to go back and listen to, because it is something here about somebody who needs to be practical, and if they haven't built up the skills or the education to do what would be their dream in this Major Arcana, the Star, they haven't trained to do this. They haven't been trained to do this. Maybe they have to put their pride aside a little bit in the Five of Wands and even the Seven of Wands. With the King of Swords, they have to be practical, put their pride aside, and do what it takes to take care of themselves and make money, one way or another. Whether you're on a job and you feel like the job is beneath you or below you, or like, you could do better, you still have to make an income to take care of yourself. And maybe in the two Major Arcana, the Hangman, you can rethink and get new training, take new training in the Seven of Wands even, retrain yourself to do something in the meantime, or you have to settle for what you can get. It sounds harsh for the Leo, but that's what's coming across, not being too proud to do whatever it takes to survive. And I don't mean that like in a weird way. That means like, if you have to wash dishes, wash dishes. It sounds crazy, but that's the model that's coming to mind when you go to a fine restaurant and you eat a fine dinner with some guy, and then he can't pay the bill. This is an old-fashioned thing. And then you go in the back and you wash dishes to pay the bill. It's a whole thing tied up in that here. I'm not sure what that means, but it's something like that coming across for work and money. The Magician again. Third time today. And 3 different decks. And the Magician is a person who is not afraid to make mistakes, because he has to learn or she has to learn. And they're like, okay, alakazam. And it doesn't work. And people might look, or if it's in front of a crowd, they're going to laugh and whatever. Do it again, alakazam. They go back and study. And so it's about these guys who make illusions, practice their trade, and they make these elaborate illusions to give people this impression like, wow, how did they do that? And there's this one of the agents, like an alchemist, who could actually, like, wow, how did they do that? So this can also be the energy for Leo one way or another. Wow, how did they do that? How did they do that? Sometimes you have to put your pride aside to get to that point and be willing to make mistakes and even experiment. Try a little of this, try a little of that. Not have to look for a script that tells you exactly how you do things so you have a guarantee that it will work, but being able to take a risk to make mistakes. Trial and error. Something about trial and error in here as well for Leo for the month of September. We're going to go ahead and leave it there. And as always, if you guys did like the video, hit the thumbs up. If you like my style of reading, go ahead and hit the subscribe, because I will be back here in October, probably with another one for you guys to watch or something else. We'll see how it goes. You guys take care. Bye-bye.